The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. Jim, good morning. Stephen, Todd, good morning. Guys, very, very good morning to you. It is Monday. Dan, good morning. It is November 2nd, fellas, day before the election. Randy, Sue, good morning. And coming into the session, futures have decided to go bid. Aspen, good morning. Welcome to the room. Futures have decided to go bid. Not what I would have expected, but be that as it may, we trade what we see. Currently, Dow futures are up 388. They're off their highs. S&P up 38, call it, handles, and the NASDAQ is up 87, all off their highs. Russell up 21. Actually, the Dow is leading the parade, up 1.5%. DAX is up 173, up 1.5%. VIX futures are down 3.33%. VIX cash is down about 1%. Still, Kate, good morning. Glenn, good morning. Still relatively high, but it looks like my personal opinion is this isn't going to hold, but I guess it doesn't matter what my opinion is. We trade what we see, right? In any event, guys, good morning. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I am turning on the usual suspects, the euro. My natural gas is on, although it's well into a short. Silver is on, though it's well into a long, following gold. I'm turning gold on. Oh, you're very welcome, Kate. Jacques, good morning. You're very welcome. In any event, guys, good morning. George, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you all had a great weekend. It is the frozen tundra here in the south. Chris, good morning. We are currently pushing the low 30s. Very unsouth-like weather here today. In any event, guys, we'll see what we come up with today. If anybody has questions, it's really cold here. I mean, I know that I'm sure somebody will chime in and say it's, 20 wherever they are, but 34 in the south is this time of year is pretty chilly. We normally don't see this kind of weather until January or February even. Let's see what we got, guys. In the overnight session, we have over 2,000 net buyers in the NASDAQ. We have net buyers, pretty decent net buyers in silver, 1,500 net buyers in gold. We do have small sellers in crude, 118, nothing. And we have 3,700 net buyers in the ES. Euro also currently has net buyers. Dollar is backed off a little bit from the overnight highs. I would expect a bounce here and then a reversal, but we'll see what we get. If you folks are here on trial, good morning. I would have to see it, Kate. I would have to see it. If you guys are here for the week, good morning and welcome. We do have, I only see 2 of our trials registered so far. So what I'll do is I will wait until we get everybody in, and then I'll kind of go over the room. This way I only have to do it once, even though the session is recorded, and I will send it out to you guys that are on trial. Notre Dame had a good win on Saturday. No Trevor Lawrence on Saturday this week. I'll go out on a limb and say we're going to win. Yeah, let them be a 6-point favorite. Yeah, DJ, Yuga, Lily, or whatever. If anybody watches Netflix, he was on, I think, the last season of. He took over for one of the quarterbacks. I forget the program he played for in high school. I think he was QB1. You guys ever watch that program? In any event, guys, we're here. We'll see what we get. We'll try to make our money. And Didi, Greg, I chatted with Sandy vis-a-vis Skype yesterday and sent him the link. I don't see him in. Yeah, gold is looking. That he bought a house? That news? He told me he bought a house. Yeah, well, yes, it is, George, but nobody really does much in it. Yeah, NASDAQ's headed down to 10, 11, 10. Hey, Tony, good morning. Nobody really does anything until after the session. I'm not posting in it. U.S. government required disclaimer: futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. And last but not least, past performance is not indicative of future results, fellas. Guys, I expect volatility. I think we would be naive not to think we're going to be volatile as heck. Trade accordingly. Right? I build a chart. I do it old school. I start with generic numbers and then build a chart. But I have been using this chart now for the better part of, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks. Okay. For those of you that did not pay attention to Skype or haven't seen it in Skype, this chart here in the last 60 days, please pay attention, has taken 57 trades from 3 a.m. Eastern, okay, until 11 a.m. Eastern. So the European session through almost the close of Europe, right? 3 a.m. Eastern through 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 57 trades. 51 winners. That's an 89.4% win rate. Maximum consecutive winners was 18. Maximum consecutive winners was 18. Consecutive losers was 2. It did it twice. Twice. Trading 3 contracts. 2 off at target 1, 1 off at target 2. Your total gross in 60 days trading the ES on one chart was $32,537.50. Potentially, if Biden wins, it'll be 20 cents. Little humor, fellas. Little humor. A little humor. $32,537 in gross. Now, that number can actually be increased. Okay? That number could actually be increased. And it can be increased if you take all three contracts off at target 1. Unlike Dean's findings on the NASDAQ, which more often than not goes to target 2, of the 57 trades, only 19 went to target 2. 19. Consequently, the runner was taken out at break even. So if you were to take all three targets off at target 1, your $32,537.50 in gross on 57 trades would increase. Now, the first person that says to me, what are the settings? I'm going to click you out of the room. Uh, 1.0, Glenn. I believe. I'm not, this is also being recorded for my trials. And at the end of each session, with the exception of Friday, I send out a follow-up email just kind of letting you know what we did again, where we are for the week with the robots, as well as a recording. You'll get this session video emailed. If you elect to watch it again, great. But you'll have a recap each day, today through Thursday. The room is comprised of 2 separate and distinct areas. Primarily, it's the robots. Focuses on the robots. But when the robots are not trading, and for what it's worth, the charts you're looking at on the screen, these are not robotic. These are just 15 range charts, and I'll get to that. When the robots are not trading, I look for and offer order flow suggestions. I will also show order flow throughout the week and explain, what it is I'm seeing on order flow and outlining trades. If anybody is interested, they can take the trades. On a daily basis, the only numbers that count are the bot trades. So at the end, at 11:30, is generally when we end our day, I will show you my analyzer. And good morning, Magnus. And whatever number is on that analyzer, up or down, is reflective of the robot trades, not order flow. So you will hear me suggest order flow trades. If you guys want to follow along in sim with the bots or order flow, that's great. Your prerogative. I will cover more ground starting on Wednesday with you guys. What I'd like for you to do is just get a feel for the room today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, for my members, and I guess trials if you want to attend, I will be doing a link for the room. We will trade tomorrow evening if anyone is interested in trading tomorrow night. So maybe we'll open the room at 6:30, 6:45 kind of thing. I'll open it at 6:30 and maybe step in at 6:45, and the first state results should start coming in at 7. Polls close, I think, Florida, I know, is 7. Some other states, then the west coast of Florida is 8, and so on and so forth. But we'll trade, maybe a couple hours, 2.5 hours. It should be a fair amount of fun if you like absurd volatility. All right, let's get to some trading here. I don't believe we have any news today. Yeah, margins are exceedingly high this week, the whole week. They started today and will go through next Monday. We have ISM manufacturing at 10 o'clock. Nothing of any real interest. There are no earnings today after the close of any interest. I mean, we're past anything for the most part that we have any interest in. Qualcomm. We do have FOMC this week on Thursday, so we will get at 2:30 there'll be a press conference. There'll be a release at 2:00. It's on Thursday. Typically, it's on Wednesday. It's on Thursday this week because of the election. Yeah, NQ was along right off 3150. No, I didn't. I'm still chatting. Where are you headed, George? Where are you going? Where are you headed? I used to be a fanatical West. Where's Carrizo Springs? What state is that? I used to be a hardcore deer hunter. Oh, Texas. Oh, big bucks. I used to be a fanatical deer hunter, and I guess I got serious about deer hunting about maybe 1995, and I hunted with a gun for 2 years and gave that up. No sport. Yeah, gun, no sport. If you can't kill a deer with a gun, especially a rifle, forget about that. Now, where I'm from, we used deer slugs, 12 gauge with deer slugs. And I did it for 2 years. I was like, yeah, there's no sport in this. And then I got into bow hunting and became absolutely fanatical as a bow hunter. Fanatical, out of my mind. I mean, I didn't use scented soap for 3 months. I didn't wear cologne for 3 months. I mean, it was seriously nuts. And I killed so many deer with a compound bow that I got bored of that and thought if I was going to stay hunting, I was going to go totally primitive. Recurve, real cedar arrows, real feather arrows, no sights. And in 1997, I guess, or a friend of mine started me fly fishing, and I gravitated towards fly fishing. Take that back, 1985 with a gun, not 95. And I got into fly fishing, and then within about 2 or 3 years, I got serious about fly fishing. And now I'm as fanatical with fly fishing as I was hunting. We had a huge buck in our front lawn last night, though. I took the dogs out to go to the bathroom. We had a monster buck in the backyard, in the front yard. So for those of you guys that are on trial, this is gold on a very small time frame, a 377 tick. I do trade instruments on, across several different time frames in an effort to generate trades. Good morning, Patrick. It is a fully automated system, which you guys will see. Lost it. It bounced right off of this convergence of a 34 moving average and one standard deviation. I still think gold's going to come down. Looking at a 5-minute, it looks like it's going to retrace. It could come down to 86. I don't know that we come down much further. Natural gas is going to short below 67. Natural gas. NASDAQ is longs, fellas. I missed it at 31.5, Jabberjohn. I don't know what the question was. 32, 537.50, I think sounds right, Don. I'm not looking at my paperwork. You got a small short on gold. If anybody is interested in gold, it's trying to sell. Donna, it was 2 contracts off at target 1, 1 contract off at target 2, with the break even and trail running. Gold is bouncing off minor support. Gold has to come down through 89.9. Crude, natural gas, maybe a 32.65 short, down to 50, first target. What I said was, if you take all 3 off at first target, your number would increase. I did not do that. Guys, listen, again, I've given you the food. If you guys want to go and, test and do your own stuff, feel free. Feel free. I gave you guys a monster. A lot of buyers in gold at the moment, guys, but dollar index is trying to bounce. That ES on the 15-minute is trying to roll over. Again, for you guys, it's the same settings for micros. So if you want to trade it with micros, same settings, fellas. Is in a short. It shorted 3 days ago, October 28th at 129. Didn't go to first target is 419 points away, but 129, and it's gotten as low as 945. But it's basically right back. You guys can see that right back around where it sold from. So for those of you guys that are here on trial, that may be position traders, the bot is not necessarily just a day trading robot, right? This is the NASDAQ this year. It took a trade back in February, hit third target at 625 points. Took a long in April, hit third target at 1,564 points. It took a short here back in September. It only went 496 points. And then took a long here and went 481 handles. So now we're in a short with an outcome to be determined. It shorted here on October 28th. But it is in a short on a daily basis. That's an interesting question, Tommy. I don't know, because I've not been in that position. But I'll find out. It's a good question. I think you would just probably roll the contract, right? I mean, if you're short and you're into the money, you just would roll it over, can't you? Guys, I still think NASDAQ's coming down to 10. And I still think if we're going to maintain a bid, it's around 10. I mean, this is... Anybody? Oh, by the way, did anybody take my natural gas order flow short at 65? Your first target at 50 is hit. First target is hit at 50. Natural gas came down to below 40. Okay, Aspen, good for you. Anybody else take natural gas, fellas? It's free trade. Okay, Dennis. All right, now this gold looks like it's going to... It's trying. 3-minute as well. We're still holding on to some support on the 15-minute. That's the only thing that's keeping this from dumping. I like gold long around 89 to 89.5. We could come all the way down to 85. I don't think it's going to be a straight fall to VWAP. There is support at 89. We do have I mean, if we should come back to VWAP, my order flow guy should know that that's a long. Look at our delta. All right, guys. Bot short on gold. Let's let it do its thing. We sit and wait, fellas. Got buyers in this candle. Gold keeps holding rising support right around 91. And this is not a trade that I'll keep on long. And again, I've said this before. I said it last week. I'll say it again. My preference are the bigger time frame charts, not these little time frames. I still think this is coming down, but we are awfully stinking slow. Gold has to get down through here, fellas. 89.8. If it's coming down, it's got to come down through 89.8. Again, back into this support at around 91, which is right about the entry and still holding. Euro looks like it may roll over as well. Dollar's faltering here. All right, guys, we're breaking, trying. All right, we're pushing down. We got to get down through here. 89.8. Still doesn't want to break. And we know why, right, Dirk? Right? Okay. I mean, guys, we're just parked. We'll get a move at 9 o'clock, and that'll be the end of it. We're still wanting to hold this support. 5 minutes to the top of the hour, guys, at which point I will take my breakfast break. NASDAQ, guys, on the 3-minute is going to turn up. They don't run all day, Dirk. You're disregarding what I gave. 3 a.m. until 11 a.m. If you want to run them at 11:01 until 2:59 in the morning, your prerogative. David, here's what I would suggest. Build the chart and add the ticks yourself. I don't know. Good morning, Mohammed. Fellas, what really, I'm going to take this gold trade off, guys. I just don't like this trade. And we're building a trend line here. I'm out of it. I don't want to own it. Guys, what rankles me is when I, spend several hours doing research for you guys and I give you settings and I tell you this is my settings, right? This is when I've done it and this is what your totals are. And then I get questions like, what are the settings? Well, they're in the member area. That's for starters. Or I get a question that asks me, how much money did it make between this time and that time? I don't know, fellas. I don't break it down by hour or session or day of the week. Did it make more money on Thursdays than it did on Tuesdays? I don't know. I fully expect for you guys, right? I fully expect for you guys, when I give you the information, if you guys have questions, Steve, I don't care that you do. If you guys have questions, look, I feed you as much, as I think is healthy, right? You have to learn to fish for yourselves as well. For instance, right? And Dean's not in the room this morning. Dean has done exhaustive back testing on the NASDAQ. And many of you guys have taken his class, some of you multiple times. So you know that Monday is generally, and look at typical human error, right? I interfered with the bot and here it comes to target. Be that as it may, some of you guys still can't do anything and process or won't process that information. You guys have to learn to do some things for yourselves, fellas. Again, if I get hit by a bus, you guys, then what? And I'm not trying to be in any way, shape, or form rude or discourteous. I do not mean to be rude. Well, now the 3-minute is short on the bot. So gold on the big time frame, or at least a bigger time frame, is rolling over. The 15-minute is starting to as well. What I want you guys to do is learn and say, okay, I have, some of you guys will say, you're taking out life insurance on me? Some of you guys will say, all right, well, I have this canvas, and hang on. But I want to be more specific with it. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, I can take the chart. I know this makes $32,000 in the last 60 days, but I want to be more specific. How do I do that? Okay. I go into my indicator. I go to my time setting. I mean, I can make this very easy. So I can say, well, I want to know from 3 a.m. Eastern until 5 a.m. Eastern, let's say. And then I can say, all right, gold got first target on the bot, guys. And then I can say, okay, well, I know how much money it makes from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. First target is off, fellas, on the bot. I'm going to move this all. Well, there's 29 ticks here. So we basically got back what I lost on that small little 377. But again, the 377 is moving into second target already. I didn't have to take any loss, be that as it may. Human intervention, right? Completely disregarding the whole reason for an automated system, which I've been done in the past. ES is below 33 again, fellas. Looks like it's going to sell. Guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'll leave this on the screen. We're moving towards second target at 29 ticks. Dollar index is trying to bid, and I'll be back. I'm just going to quickly eat my breakfast. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. We're out of the, we got both targets on the gold. We've got a couple other trades going on here. Let's see here. Crude took a short on the bot. First target's off, 18 ticks. And the euro is in a short on the bot. We're almost to first target on the euro. So we got first target off on crude. Fairly decent delta. I must not have auto trail on. I'm going to put that at break even. And we're moving toward first target. Gold. Jesus, dollars bid. Gold is bid. My order flow, guys. Anybody smart enough to take this off VWAP, guys? That was your long with that delta, right? Anybody take it? NASDAQ came into that 10 area. Anybody take? Okay, good, Veronica. Anybody take NASDAQ long at 10? I gave you guys the entry. We also have a short working on silver. Anybody take NASDAQ at 10? You got it at 12. Okay, good. Guys, I left you with numbers. That NASDAQ trade, guys, is only worth 25 handles. For my trial members, that was an order flow trade, guys. Obviously not a bot trade. NASDAQ just went to 36. NASDAQ bounced to 36, even. 25 handle trade. Out on this crude. What I would do if I were you, Jim, is today when I post the video on YouTube, watch the video. I said I like NASDAQ long at 10. It was a short to 10 and a long there. If you're asking me, how did I identify 10? If that's the question, I'm not getting into that. See you in education on Friday. I do not think NASDAQ's going to go a whole lot further, but we need a pullback again if we're going to take a long. Silver should work back down on the bot. Dollar is bid. And the euro is, we're at 10, and first target here is 2 ticks, guys, to first target. 2 ticks. 2 ticks. There it is. At target, no fill. Hit target, no fill. Hit target, no fill. ES is rolling on the 15-minute. Oops. I surely should probably get my bots on, right? The rest of them. I'm going to move this silver off the chart. We hit target here, guys. We just didn't fill it. I'm going to move that off. That's going to be slow rolling. Gold is starting to bid. Euro's pulling back. Hate when they hit target, as I've said, and they don't take them off. I'm waiting for this natural gas to bounce. Let me take a look at order flow real quick, fellas. Guys, we still have about 3.5 minutes. Here is ES, middle of nowhere. Not my ideal trade. Here is natural gas, 4,000 sellers, but we're back on the bottom. Unfinished auction here, don't like. I'd like to see it get 30 out of here. Here's crude. Crude should trade back up, give or take 70. Here's gold sitting inside. I'd like to see gold break down. YM I care less about. ES, we'll take a look at ES on the open. NASDAQ, I've already missed my entry, so be that as it may. Yannick, good morning. ES is bid into the open. We may get a small short. Again, we're coming into the open, and this could be where we reject this 5, but we are coming into the open. I took 2 of those off, guys. I hate when they hit first target and don't fill me. Break even +1. Bots are currently up 1,355. Small loser on that gold trade I closed out, and then a nice winner on gold, crude, and now the euro. So 4 bot trades so far, 3 winners. Canadian market PMI. We do have some news at 10 o'clock. NASDAQ or gold looks like it's going to bid. All right, guys, we're just about there. We're off, fellas. We're off. Gold is long on the 3-minute. Gold went long on the 3-minute bot. Gold is long on your 3-minute bot. Come on, buddy. Another 5 ticks. Let's go. ES chugging around in the middle of nowhere. Were I going to short it, it would have been up here at 05. Maybe 5/4, half. There's first target on gold, much like the euro did not fill. Hit target and didn't fill. I took 2 off. I can't stand that. Hit target at 15 ticks and did not fill. If the ES breaks above that 5/4, half, ES can go all the way back to 14. All the way back to 14. And something else is filled. And I don't know what. Crude. Crude is now long on the robot, on the Unirenko. Crude is long on the Unirenko on the bot as well. Out on gold, 3-minute, first target only, or a target. Well, we didn't get we got close enough, but no cigar. I like that area for the short. NASDAQ maybe bounces at 94. I mean, ES bounces at 94. NASDAQ just came back into 10. Again, it's the open, fellas, and I'm going to miss trades on the open. NASDAQ's longs, guys. ES is longs, too. That 94 was the area. NASDAQ, guys, is long on the bot on the 3-minute. Are we filled? All right, guys. NASDAQ is now rolling. Let it roll. I got us in longs, fellas. Come on, NASDAQ. Come on, ES, let's go. Get yourself above 05 and fly. ES gets above 05, it's going to fly. If you guys want to try an ES long, it's long. It's just got to break through 02 half, maybe 7.5. It's trying for longs, fellas. We do have some small sellers on the open, but it is trying. NASDAQ is sitting. Euro's picking up steam. What a piss poor open, seriously. Come on, ES. 48 on what, Greg? There goes NASDAQ, guys, going to first target or trying. Oh, NQ, yeah. NQ's going to go. Got to 57. ES is trying as well, fellas. Come on, let's go, NASDAQ. Go get target. All right, you guys can have it. Can have it. Euro's done. Out on NASDAQ. Crude is sitting. Euro's done. You can see I'm frozen here, fellas. Gold is rolling over. The CS just does not want to move. It's trying, guys. If it gets through 02, it's good. We're in the opening 5-minute candle, basically. We're stuck. Opening range. We're not moving anywhere. ES gets above 03, 0275. It should trade to 5 and 7. Long or short? Greg? Long, okay. This ES is just an utter pain in the keister, fellas. I still think longs, though, guys. Where we're filled? Okay. Guys, this is the slowest the indices ever. It's just slow. Come on, 67, 68. God, we got to 68. Look at this NASDAQ. It's like one tick in these highs. 68 quarter, went to 68, 68 quarter. There it is, 70. Yeah, it could be. Thank you, Greg. Crude's almost the first target on the robot, guys. NASDAQ still grinding. Guys, do you believe I still can't move this order flow? It's frozen. Come on, let's go. There we go. Now I'm not. I'm going to get this ES. Let's see if we come back to VWAP. They're selling them all back on the ES. Euro is done. NASDAQ, guys, ES is going to short on that 15-minute. It's trying to roll over. I don't think so, Stephen. Maybe. I don't think it can get much past 04. It might. I mean, my preference would be that we come back down to VWAP. Crude's got nice buyers. I think it's going to come down. It's just, but again, if we get through 05, then the ES can go a freaking mile. Ideally, I'd like to see it come back to VWAP and give us a trade back there on the way back up. I mean, there's clearly no momentum trade up. Clearly no momentum. It's coming into VWAP. We're coming to VWAP. We're coming to VWAP. We could come down to 85.5, fellas, on the ES. See how we've pulled VWAP up? I'm looking to be long somewhere down here, right around VWAP or just below. All right, guys, watch this ES. Come on, buddy. We're coming to VWAP. I'm telling you, we're coming to VWAP. It's going to tag VWAP. Then if we get a break below VWAP, I don't think we're coming much lower than 85, guys. We could come down to 81, I guess, but I don't think so. Right down into this buyer imbalance area here. We do have an unfinished auction at 77, which I think we may get today. At 9:45, this will probably short. That's your 15-minute on the ES. For my trials, you can see the bot, which uses average true range to determine stop and target placement. They're not generic. You can see it starting to formulate where your stops and targets going to be. There it is. We're filled. Come on, set. 53.4 final market manufacturing PMI, slight beat, nominal beat. Crude is reaching for the stars, fellas. Come on, dog. Any bounce, I think, will get sold. I think we can get to 71. I think the short is going to be around 90, 97. I'm looking at a 5-minute. It's a short, guys. It's not a long. It's not a long. Now, again, guys, this is a 15-minute time frame, right? Natural gas finally got a bid. Come on, yes. Let me take a look at the NASDAQ. I'm tired of looking at this. I don't want that. Boy. Got decent volume, but nothing great. NASDAQ should come down to 43 anyways, into the point of control, right? Natural gas is going to leave that unfinished auction. On what? Silver is finally working lower. We got a good day going here, guys. If silver comes to target, it'll be a big trade. ES is retracing on this 15-minute. Crude is fixing to get that last target. There it is. Second target filled on crude. Done and done. Bots are currently up 2,406.25. Although we have this ES trading against us. We're going to trade back up to 5. That'll be our resistance, 5, 5.5. Gold is going to short again on the 3-minute. And the 15 looks like it's trying to turn. You guys can take ES long right here at 02, whatever that is, 01 quarter, half, back up into 05, it looks like. Right, one tick higher. I want it to break that swing. You can take it in here if you want to be a little more aggressive. But it's, for me, it's got to break that little swing. We're just sitting at the point of control. We should work up into 6, 556. And gold is short now on the 3-minute on the bot. That would have been your entry long, right? 02. My personal opinion is this is going higher, and this is going to take us out. Right after I get done touting the profitability of that chart, we take a losing trade. Out on the ES. Anybody take that 2-quarter long on order flow, fellas? Anybody long ES on the order flow trade? Guys? Okay, Chad. Okay. There you go. If we break at, we're going higher. We're going higher, guys. Okay, Aspen, good for you. There we go, guys. Anybody that took the order flow trade, you have 5 handles in it. Excuse me. 21. It's got to get through 11 or 12 area. It's got to break each of these swings, Mimi. But I think we're headed to 18 to 21. Okay, Caleb. You hang on there, buddy. I'd buy a pullback now on the ES to 5, 4.5 to 5. Four half to 5 is what I like on the pullback, if anybody is not in it. So you think it's going to 3,400 today? Is that what you're saying? Caleb, 3,400 today? Eventually. Eventually, I'm going to die. Let's talk about today. I'm not looking at NQ, Jim. You have to get above 211, and then we head to 260, Jim. NASDAQ, if anybody is long, 260. Well, I'll give you a target, 4,100 on the on the ES, 4,100. That's where we're going by the end of the first quarter next year. Fellas, the only disruption that we see, or that I think is prevalent, is the fact that unless there is a landslide victory tomorrow, the election won't be called until Thursday or Friday. No, and I'll tell you why that may not be true, Caleb. Thursday or Friday. Because of the mail-in voting, there are states that will allow votes to be counted until Thursday or Friday. 260 if it gets above 11 half. There are states that allow mail-in voting that they will count until Friday. So the probabilities of a called election tomorrow, unless one of the candidates wins in a landslide, is not very good, right? So the market doesn't like uncertainty. And then, God forbid, well, there's definitely going to be riots already. Cities here are already boarding up. New York, Portland, some of these cities have already started to board. I gave you guys the long pullback entry, 4.5 on the ES. Came to 4. You got 3 handles in it, 2.5 to 3 handles if you took it. Right? New Belfast, right? But ultimately, whomever wins, I hope you're right, Mark. Whomever wins, there is going to be a stimulus deal. If it's the Democrats, it's going to be a staggering amount of money. Staggering, especially if they have the House and the Senate. So the market likes free money. Ultimately, I think we're going higher anyways. May not be good for the long term, but in the short term, it's the only reason I can see that these markets are not getting obliterated. ES is longs, guys. 4.5. We came back to 4th quarter. Anybody take ES on that pullback? Okay. I would take some risk off right around 8 quarter, 8.5. I would take some risk off. We're sitting here, buyers coming back in. I mean, we are really quiet everywhere here, guys. I'm going to move that off the screen. It's too slow. Prerogative. I don't really care. I'm just offering them for you guys if you want them. Bots are relatively quiet at the moment. Okay, Mimi. You got another 3 handles plus, working on 4 handles here in the ES, and we're headed to 22. We're headed to 22, guys. Thank you, Stephen. Guys, we're up to 2,300 net buyers in the NASDAQ and 5,500 in Stephen, Maybe. Guys, we are just dead solid quiet. Dead solid quiet. On the bots.
Target filled.
If this gold on the 15-minute rolls over, it'll be a nice trade. I have, George, I don't have one for natural gas. It was something I wanted to do this weekend, and I did not get to it. I optimized and played with ES and crude. I never got to natural gas. It takes me several hours, fellas, for me to optimize each one of these instruments. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'd like to see it go to, we stopped right here in the profile. Must be that hidden phenomenon that dude talks about. Watch for a pullback, guys. If we come below 9 on the ES, we could get a pullback. This buyer imbalance in here, fellas, may hold momentarily. $95 looks like a great entry on the ES. Target on the ES. So am I, brother. Got buyers, guys. Got a big bid holding it here at 8.25. 8.25 has to break. And then we can probably work down to 7. Below 7, maybe 5. My order flow, guys, it's holding this buyer imbalance. If we break, if ES can break below 6.5, 7, whatever that is, 7.25. If we break below 7, we're going to work lower, probably into 5. We got to break 7. Come on, chump. Let's go. Sell them. They sold 500 back in this candle. Here we go. I'd like to see the next candle form about 8.5. Higher low. We got a trend line here. Come on. Quiet on the bots. Basically holding that trend line. Stupid ES, man. NASDAQ is quiet. Let's see here, guys. Looks like it's trying to come back down. Guys, ES is a short. It's a short. It's a short. If you guys are interested, it's a short. YM is rolling over also on a 15 range. YM's a short. Maybe 21, 22 on the YM. Stop is 65. Maybe 14. I'm looking to get in a position on this YM. I mean this NAS ES. YM looks like it wants to roll too, fellas. If anybody is interested. NASDAQ is quiet. Let me take a look at the NASDAQ, guys. I'm tired of watching this slow death. Got buyers. Dollar looks like it wants to push up again. You're long NASDAQ. Natural gas looks like it got that unfinished auction and then went back to VWAP with a stiff negative delta. Pulling VWAP higher up here. ES basically just in park. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm back, guys. Gold is quiet. Natural gas is quiet. NASDAQ has moved up. We're going up to 22, fellas. We're in this thin area in the profile, but we should trade up near 22 now that we've taken out that swing. It's pretty slow. Gold is doing absolutely nothing. I still don't believe that any of this holds. I just don't believe it. Natural gas is trying to turn up on the 15-minute. It's 15 range long NASDAQ. I turned the 15 range on. Hasn't gone to target. This is a small with the small filters. One, come on, pop it here. Go get. Seriously? Come on. There's first target, guys. One tick shy of 9.5 handles. Should get it. There it is. All right. That's that 15 range, guys. And look where we are. Boom. Now we're breaking out. We're going to 25 and then 27. Small loss on that short. Come on. Maybe they know Trump's going to win the election. Dun, 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 dun. If NQ breaks out above 212, it's going to melt up. Any trades on the NQ? Joseph, above 212 if you're not already long, so maybe 212 half, and you can work it probably to what looks like 260. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a straight and meteoric move, but that does become your next target. We're headed to 250, fellas. We're headed to 250. New York City boarded up the stores and removed garbage cans. Rioters just want to steal. Well, Antifa's already said that. They've already said, regardless of who wins, they're going to riot for the next week. Guys, you're going to see riots. I mean, you know that, right? It's going to happen. I think no matter who wins, I think they've said regardless of who wins, they're going to riot. guess. I mean, it's the state of affairs is abysmal. Just abysmal. Maybe I'm just too old. Come on. There's 78, 9, 80. Booyah! Free trade. 14 handles, fellas. 14 handles. You guys good? Got it. It's free trade now. Yeah, it's luck. Look what we hit. 81. I'd say it's luck. Anybody take it at 66? Anybody take NASDAQ long at 66 to 80? 14 handles. One guy. Two guys. Is there anybody short NASDAQ? All right, guys. I think one of the bots just sold. It did. Come here, you. I'm trying to move the bot. There it is. Straight order flow trade, guys. Here comes VWAP. Boo freaking yah, fellas. Boo yaski. That's all I can say. Boo yaski. Here comes 110. Gonna break VWAP. Negative delta. 110. 110. Right back where it broke from. It's huge. Huge. If this NASDAQ gets target, guys, on this bot trade, it's a monster. It's 25 handles. 25 handles, fellas. And that's where I have a target, is at 110. I think we can get there. Now, you know they're going to want to hold VWAP, right? I would not be looking for longs on VWAP. It's a small delta, but ES is shorts too. I mean, usually they trade hand in hand, Eli, right? I mean, I'm watching the NASDAQ, and I'm watching it on order flow. Yeah, $700, guys, in this NASDAQ trade. Got to take this swing here at 2150. If you guys want to take ticks, you got $600, $400, whatever. Nice job, Eli. Nice job. Guys, you should be ringing the stinking till. We've gotten them long and short today. Long and short. They ran it for the first hour. Now it's time to say goodbye for the summer. It's over. Nobody wants to be long, I would not think, into the election. I think all this was market makers getting short, selling it into retail. Nothing more. Come on, 10. Let's go. I don't know why it's hanging out in here. And I don't know why this won't sell the target. It's trying to hold VWAP, guys. I don't think it can. Got to break a trend line and then fall below 22 on the 15 range. I'm looking at it. I want to see, and again, I have no timer on my order flow. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. We just got a new 3-minute candle here. There we go. All right, ES is short, guys, on the bot on the Uniranko. There it is. ES should come down to 95 eventually. You can see we're just hanging out, few hundred negative delta. Come on. Dirk, man. It's been there for at least 2 months. It's been there for 2 months. See how we're trying to hold VWAP, guys? I think this is futile. We're coming down to 10. We're coming down to 10. See you tomorrow, Chris. You make your money? Chris, Europe closes today at 11:30, right? We're back to normal time. Thank you. Hasta mañana. Come on, ES. Look at we're just hanging out, guys, down around a few hundred. ES is trying to break a little bit lower. 0.5 is first target. It's holding a small area of support here. When this breaks, it's going to get swallowed. It's trying to break. Should break. Here comes NASDAQ down. There we go. This trade started at 58. You got to 14, 13. 44 handles. 44 handles. It's $880 a contract if you're running one, fellas. I do not have a 15-minute. By the way, as I've said 1,736,000 times, they're all the same for the 15-minute. Capiche? They're all the same, Dirk. But I don't have a 15-minute NASDAQ. So the bot just got first target. Now we've exceeded first target. Here comes the euro on the bot. I mean the ES, not the euro. My bad. We're into support here. We could bounce. Well, we're coming down here now. We're eventually going to work down to 73. Next target is 94 on the ES. 94. Yeah, 94. 94. It's a good number. It's coming to 94. Maybe 95. We're at 12. We just have to break the bottom here at that 08, and we're coming down to 94.56 area. A break of 95, and the NASDAQ's going to have to pack a lunch because it's going to get dumped. It's coming down to 74 below that, but it's holding a small area of support in here. Small area of support. It's going to break. It's going to break. Just a function of time. It's coming down to 96 on the NASDAQ. 95, 94, and then 74. If the NASDAQ breaks below 11,038, we come 10,981, and below 10,981, I think we see 10,800 quickly, and then 10,500. These are futile. We could bounce back to VWAP, fellas, right? Up at 28. But in the end, it's going to be nothing. It's just a reload. Look at this little dog. Could go back 33, 22 here to 33. Out on the runner, fellas, which is good enough for me. Guys, the bots have had a day. We're up 1686 and a quarter. There's 33 is what it looks like it wants, and then possibly back to 159. Look at the daily. What do you see on the daily? Let me get rid of this. So what do you see on the daily? Lower highs, lower lows. Not yet today. But if we take out that 46, you think so, Greg? There's our 33. No, I was being serious. I always thought he was a good trader. I sent him the dang link. He never came in. If he did, he didn't say anything. I don't see him. He came and left. He didn't even say hello. I'm going to kill him. You tell him I'm going to send him a Skype message. I got a bone to pick with him. The bot is the bot. I mean, give me your opinion. You've seen it for some time. I think it's a great tool, especially for people that can't identify entries, targets, or real stops. Guys, I'm going to let that ES take that. If it shorts again on the 15-minute, I'm going to let it take it. But it's only 0.4. Actually, it fell because it just took a losing trade. So now we got, what do we got? 58 trades with 51 winners. So now we're 58 and 51. Screwed up my average. Yes, it is, Kate. Yep, it sure is. 51 divided by 58. It fell to 87.9. Call it 88% from 89. What's the PF? I don't know what that is. What's PF? Oh, the profit factor is stunning, right? Guys, NASDAQ is now back above VWAP, small negative delta, which is, inconsequential here. And we could now trade back up to 59. We broke from where? 58, right? We could trade right back up to that area. Guys, give me 1 minute. Stuck at the point of control. Look where we're sitting, 3,300. We just need to break 3,300. Again, negative delta is increasing. I would have no interest in longs coming into the close of Europe. We're just bouncing around like chumps. Now, I might have been interested in this off VWAP for a quick move back up 3 or 4 handles, but we can't even get there. Crude is along if anybody is interested in crude, as I see it. Right here, 85. I have no idea, Jim. I don't know when you started it, or I don't know. Must be getting close to lunch because I'm getting hungry. I know exactly, Greg. Exactly. My daughter just said that. My stomach doesn't know we set the clocks back. Guys, we're just chugging around like back and forth. I still believe we are coming down. I mean, it's hard to get out of this mess here. It's all sellers. Look at these candles. You see any buyers? Anybody see any reason to be long? I do not. And I see no reason to be long. I mean, we're flat as a board. We have no momentum in either direction. Let me take a look at the VIX. VIX futures are off 2%. VIX cash is down 1%. Dow futures hovering around 378 up. S&P up 38 handles, and NASDAQ up 73. Russell up 18, almost 19. Dow futures are leading the parade at up 1.5%. Looking at equities, Amazon is down 36 bucks. Tesla is up 11.60. Apple is down 34 cents. Facebook up 366. Microsoft up 60 cents. Google up 37 and change. Yeah, I mean, I'm just we just don't want to break it, and I don't see any reason to be long. And gold's only gone about $1 from my entry, but I think if you're patient with it, you'll get a trade, real trade. Nasdaq's ES still will not tag VWAP. No, Kate. Mm-mm. You're welcome, Jeffrey. Guys, my bots are all off. Thank you, Jeff. My bots are off. It is 11:13. I'll give you my bot total today. I mean, I'm done trading them. Somebody from the Packers, Green Bay Packers, has tested positive for COVID-19. They didn't say who. Bots today did 1,686 and 25 cents. Could have been a lot more. I closed out this silver trade at break even, and we got target. That's about $1,000 trade there. I closed out that first gold trade, and that was a winner. Wow. Nice job, David. Very nice job. Great job. Orders? What do you mean, Caleb? I missed something up here. No, they don't. Never varies. Never varies. Yeah, I believe me. I understand, David. I mean, now it's these margins are stupid. Caleb, I turn them. I mean, I turn them on every day at the same. Same. Nothing ever changes. Gold, silver, 8 o'clock, oil, 9 o'clock, unless I tell you something different. Indices, 9:30, unless I tell you something different. But it rarely changes. Now, again, the ES chart that I tested and gave you guys the numbers for started at 3 a.m. So if you want, if you're interested in that chart, here we go. Finally, I mean, this is how ES normally trades. Friday was a joy to trade the ES. Today is a pain in the neck. NASDAQ's coming to 74 and then 63. $74 and 63. I will look for the ES long about the 95 level that I'm been giving you guys. All right, guys, we're coming into support here. NASDAQ's almost to that 74. Below that's going to be 63 if anyone is still short, fellas. Is there anyone short NASDAQ or ES? Is there anyone still holding shorts? Okay, there's 74 on the NASDAQ. We tagged it. And we're sitting on VWAP here, but that's not going to hold. 95 is my target on the ES. Guys, this is from that 05 short. This is from that 05 short, so it's almost a 10-handle trade. Not a bad trade, guys. There it is. 94.75. Let's see if this area holds. That was our, this is our area. If we're going to bounce, we're going to bounce long. Or at least get a bounce back to 98, 95 to 98. Right back up to the top of the candle. Boy, this is a slow bounce. NASDAQ is almost to my 63 target. If NASDAQ breaks 63, we come 11,046, 046 from 63, 046. If anybody is still short. At 58, it's 100 handles. Right? That's where the short started. There's your long, guys, 95. 95 to 98 first target. If anybody took it. 98 first target. There's 96 quarter. Come on, dog. $96.75. 97 quarter. 97.75 I saw. I don't know if we hit 98. There's 97 again to a quarter. My first target would be 98, guys. But I don't know if we hit it. We may have only hit 7.5. Long 68 on a bracket trade on, oh, okay, on NASDAQ. My first target wouldn't be much, 74. And then possibly back to 101. But 74, 75 would be my first target, Jeff. It's not much, but we're stuck. I mean, the NASDAQ, the ES can't bounce 3 handles out of a pretty good buy zone. Come on, get me that 98 target. Is there anybody long ES at 95, fellas? Is there anybody long at 95? All right, NASDAQ may be good to go now. 74, 75. Okay, Gary, come on, get that 98. Let's go. Stop being a punk. I know it hit 3/4. I saw it. I don't know if it went 98. I don't think it went 98. I think I missed by a tick. Europe is gone momentarily, and this will bounce. Anybody expect this lack of volatility today? I surely did not. I thought we'd be a whole lot more volatile. 98 target hit. Good for 3 points. And a freebie trade. Trade him as you see fit on the runner, fellas. Got your first target. Right out of that buy zone. Guys, do I have anybody that's not making money today? Yeah, maybe tomorrow's the day. I don't know, Chad. All I know is I get